Pasta nights just got a whole lot tastier as well. Home economist and cookbook author Emily Richards is here with 4 pasta-tively amazing recipes. Good morning.
That was very good, Rick.
Well,
I like that.
4 different things. Holy cow.
Yes, and we're going to go through them quickly because I want you to make this awesome lasagna.
Yes.
So we're going to start over here and do, this is one of my favorite dishes. It's gnocchi and beef stew.
Okay.
And we're using just a little bit, these are just little steaks that you can pick up. And I browned it with a little bit of seasoning. And then I just sauteed some vegetables, and then all I have to do, there's a little bit of beef broth in there for flavor, and I just return that brown beef and gnocchi in here. So these are just the store-bought shelf-stable gnocchi that will cook right in here. And what's great about this is that it kind of gets thicker, and it just it's like little potato dumplings.
They
in
absorb, you know, the soup or the sauce, right?
That's right.
So and you have carrots, you have onions,
and a little bit of celery.
Okay, wow.
So we're going to let that kind of simmer away, and then we'll come back and scoop some up. Okay. And then I thought I'm going to share with everybody what I do at home.
This is a great hack. I just learned this.
So you boil your pasta and you drain it. Cook it al dente. You definitely don't want to overcook it. And then rinse it with a little bit of cool water, and then toss it with just some oil, and then put it in a Ziploc bag or an airtight container. Tuck it in the fridge. You can leave it in the fridge for about 3 days. Now you get home, you're so exhausted. Oh, I have to make dinner.
Yeah. So you can skip this part because it's already done.
Exactly, and that's the part that usually takes longer, boiling the water and, you know, and taking the time to do that. So what I did here was I just cooked off a couple of sausages. So again, just using a little bit of protein in there to bump up the flavor in the sauce. And this is store-bought sauce. Okay. And then I'm just gonna take my pasta and reheat it right in the sauce. Okay. Now, if you don't need all the pasta, you can just tuck it back in the refrigerator, and then you can add it to other soups and stews. And then you're just going to reheat this, and dinner's ready.
Looks and smells amazing. And you said the pasta can stay in the fridge. Isn't it 3 days is probably good?
About 3 days. I usually tend to use it, you know, add it to things, and it's just fabulous. If you have a picky eater who only loves pasta.
Who doesn't?
I know. Yeah. And this is perfect for them, because then you can have this little type of sauce ready, and then everyone else can have, you know, their mixed dishes, because that's typically what it is, right? No one wants their food touching, and then you can have something like this. And I like to jazz this up and add a little bit of creamy ricotta cheese to it. Nice. So you can just stir that right in and heat it through, and that just adds a nice, again, a nice little bit of creaminess and extra flavor.
Great addition. Okay.
So I'm getting you to make a ravioli lasagna. Okay. So lasagna is something we often think of that it's going to take, you know, an hour and in the oven. So this one is made with, these are just cheese raviolis, and I made a simple vegetarian sauce. So this has lentils in it. So again, still getting that little bit of protein, filled with veggies like carrots and red pepper. And I'm going to get you to start layering it. Okay. So just put a little bit on the base. Yeah, you don't need too much. So don't consider this as something that's really saucy, because that is something we want this to stay together, and then you can put a layer of your ravioli. Now you'll notice that Rick's not cooking these ravioli. These are the fresh ravioli. And a lot of these fresh pastas are really handy because they don't take very long to cook. Okay. And so you can put another layer of sauce, and then you'll start putting some cheese in there too. And what's great is that that little bit of moisture from the sauce that you're using will help kind of cook and not overcook these ravioli. And this could be a meat ravioli if you were doing a meat sauce. So kind of think of all the options that you have here, because this is a vegetarian version, but you could very easily use your favorite meat sauce in this, or even just a simple tomato sauce with chopped up eggs would be absolutely delicious. So
layer, layer, layer. We got about a minute.
Perfect. I want to point out this one, because this is a great recipe for pasta that you tuck your vegetables in. This is orecchietti with pan-fried cauliflower. So the cauliflower breaks down, and I did add some pancetta here, but this is a great one to add if you have some leftover sausage or roast meat that you can stir into it, and the cauliflower breaks down, so it makes a nice creamy sauce. But the kids might not know it's vegetables.
Yes, we got them again. We got 30 seconds. Another amazing lasagna here too.
It is, and so this is the lasagna after it's baked. It goes into the oven. Just finish it off with a little extra cheese and Parmesan, and then broil it so you get that nice golden brown, which everybody loves. Slice it up with a little bit of salad, maybe some garlic bread. And dinner's ready.
Hits all the spots. Emily, thanks for joining us this morning
so
and
much,
having
Rick.
a pasta-rific morning as well. Good morning.
All the possibilities.